Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for September 17th, 2022 from John chapter 2, the wedding at Cana. Previously we heard that Jesus was calling disciples. Now we get to consider what many call the first miracle of Jesus. Not that I want to disagree with the gospel writer St. John, but consider when Jesus said he saw Nathanael under the fig tree, that was the use of the divine powers of Jesus. The key here is not everyone saw it. It wasn't necessarily a public sign. So let's go to that first public sign from the Gospel of St. John, chapter 2, verse 1. On the third day, there was a wedding at Cana in Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus also was invited to the wedding with his disciples. So please note the disciples were not wedding crashers, but Jesus and the disciples were formally invited. Verse 3, when the wine ran out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does this have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." It's interesting that Mary goes to Jesus with the problem of the wine running out. Apparently, Mary must have known that Jesus was able to do extraordinary signs, that is, miracles. Else, why go to him? It's not like Jesus would have a case of wine in his back pocket. Jesus then gives the answer that God usually gives when we make requests. This will occur in God's time, not our time. And then also consider the last recorded words of Mary are to the servants and to us. Do whatever he tells you. Verse 6. Now there were 6 stone water jars there for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jars with water." And they filled them up to the brim. Verse 8. And he said to them, "Draw some out and take it to the master of the feast." So they took it. When the master of the feast tasted the water, now become wine, and did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the master of the feast called the bridegroom, verse 10, and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and when people have drunk freely, then the poor wine. But you have kept the good wine until now." This, the first of his signs, Jesus did at Cana in Galilee, and manifested his glory, and his disciples believed in him. So first, let's pick up the disciples' reactions. They believed in Jesus. Jesus did many other signs to help people and also show that he is the Son of God. Jesus also shows here that he honors marriage. Marriage and the family are part of God's plan for humanity. However, in today's world, sin has distorted God's wonderful plan. This account of Jesus also shows us that wine is not a problem. Jesus does change water into wine for a celebration in which people did drink very freely. Notice that Jesus didn't say, "They drank freely enough, they don't need any more wine." Instead, he changes water into even more wine and even better wine than they had before. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the many gifts that Jesus has given to us, as long as we realize where these gifts come from. God's peace and many blessings be with you, and thank you for listening. And please take an opportunity to share this message with others. If you have enjoyed these daily devotions, please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544. Thank you again for listening.